My name's Seth, live from the island of Kauai. These are CANversations. Today we're going to be talking with Sara Miura from Deja Vu Surf. And rather than me talk too much about her, as I'm just getting an invite, and it should just take a few seconds and you'll pop up there on the screen after it beeps back, and boom. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Great.
How about you? You
Perfect.
hear me? Great.
I hope you didn't have to hear too much of that song there. I was singing about you.
I was just I didn't connect because I wanted to hear more of it. So I waited done because I know everyone gets a special song from you, a fun little opening, and so I purposely hung back a little while just like
Awesome. Well, so we've got you today. Thank you so much already for your time. This is really exciting. I know that I might have passed you in crossing somewhere. You've got one of those friendlier faces, perhaps from Pacala, maybe? I don't know. Do you get out there?
I wish I could navigate the waters out there. I can't. One fun fact you might want to add to the quiz later is
Okay.
that um, I'm not a really great surfer. So it was just not something I took my dad up on. But I thought like ballet and jazz dancing and all that fun stuff.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
for
First of
surf,
all, what's a great surfer anyway? That's perspective.
but I am good at shopping, which is why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, so we do have kind of a way that we go through the program, at least at this point, and we do have a few questions, and we are going to give away some stuff later on in the show. We've got some CAN apparel. So this is great fun stuff, and you guys at Deja Vu, you carry this stuff too. But we want to give some away today, and we're not here to sell products. We're here to talk to you about things that you've been going through and get caught up and getting to know you a little bit better. So at about 3/4 of the way through the show, we'll ask the audience there if they can answer a few questions, and we'll give away some stuff. And you have some things as well?
Yes, we have a couple items as well.
Awesome. All right, we'll just start out, and as far as you're comfortable, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing and how you got to where you are right now.
Sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Sara Miura, and I am the sales and marketing director for Deja Vu Surf Hawaii. I am part of the fifth generation of Miura family to operate the business. Currently, we have 3 surf shops here on the island. We have our Deja Vu Surf Hawaii in Kapa'a next to Bubba Burgers, in Lihue across Yankee Sushi and Kukui Grove Shopping Center, and our newest location at Kukui Ula over in Poipu.
Very good. I was excited to hear about that one.
Yeah, right across from Lafritz too, so we are very happy about that.
Oh, the smell is going to be really hard for everybody working there, though.
Yes, so a little closer to your side of the island.
Yeah, so where are we talking to you right now?
So I'm actually calling from my home over on the east side.
Okay, great. Pretty nice weather today so far.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. So do you want to talk? I'd like to give you free reign because we kind of address possibly some of the challenges that you've faced going into the last couple of months now at this point. You can talk about that from a personal aspect or just a business aspect. It's up to you, or you can kind of mix the two up. We'll just have a little bit of a conversation.
Yes. Okay. So, gosh, it's been, I think the closest way to describe this is true roller coaster ride. You're getting on this roller coaster. You have some idea of what's happening because we've been watching what's happening outside of the United States for some time. You see it on the news. A lot of people are getting sick. And the way that the virus has moved through communities in Asia. And so you kind of just like, you're getting on this roller coaster, but you're not, all the emotions that are still experienced, right? It's like a little bit of fear, joy, a little bit of anxiety. And it's been kind of like that, those over the last few months for us. So we started meeting with our staff earlier in the year to go over sanitization and disinfecting procedures and just really aware of what had been happening in other communities. And then, with the information being provided, the guidance from the government, and with like once the curfew fell into place, and we actually closed our stores a couple days before the home order came down, and that was really tough, because then you hear about getting prepared, and what the unemployment insurance system is going to somewhat be like, but you have no idea, and all of a sudden you're trying to navigate through those systems.
Sure.
And that was really, really tough for all of us. Yeah.
Almost like some kind of a storm, but of a different type that we've never experienced here. You can prepare, but you have no idea what's going to be, or if there's going to be another side, or when, or how it's going to shape. Yeah, so uncertainty is a very unsettling feeling for sure.
But there were definite moments of light, joy, through all of this. One of our coworkers, Jenny, she's our merchant manager over at our Kukui Grove store. So she's the one who creates beautiful displays and makes it really inviting and fun to shop around the store. So she, upon herself, created this group text message with all our coworkers. And every day for 45 days, she would check in with us. And some days we would do a stay-at-home scavenger hunt with different teams. One day I asked my coworkers who were to create little signs, and everyone was assigned a word, and then we put all the words together and post it to our social media for an inspirational message to our friends and followers. So we do kind of those things over our group text message with our
Wow.
coworkers, stay connected, and that really brought a lot of joy to us, and helped us stay connected through all of this. So, there's little moments of, fear and anxiety, but then light and joy through it. Yeah.
Well, that's important to keep in mind, when considering really difficult times, let alone a pandemic, that there is a dark and a light. There's a yin and a yang. However you look at it, there's good and evil, however your perspective is on that, there has to be both of those things. And
Right.
so, like with the Can Spirit brand and the concept behind it, we're never ever discounting the fact that some things you can't do. That's just the case. That's the way life is. But the choice is what you focus on and how you choose to go through that circumstance. Obviously, there's a lot of things out of our control.
Right. The Can brand is just, we started connecting with Andy back in 2019, early in the year. And gosh, this has really been a huge part of reframing the thinking of our community, and just within our own business. It really provides us with a lot of encouragement and combined effort to just keep moving forward. So it's really more than just t-shirts and caps and products. It's really about reframing the way we think. Yeah.
How incredible was the timing of that? So you guys got involved at the beginning of 2019 or so, or in 2019, yeah. And you essentially had this thing that was already happening with a local, brand as it is. That's, essentially just that. There's not a whole lot of profit in it for the guy that's running it. And it's about that concept and just making sure that people have that to show that spirit, essentially. And hopefully by wearing it, people start to become a little more accountable for the things that they're doing and the things that they believe in and act on. So
sure.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it really gives us the encouragement to just lend a hand and not be afraid to reach out. Most definitely. Like, you don't have that moment of hesitation anymore. It's just like, well, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna reach out and just ask if what's up, and just try to make it count.
Yeah. Well, neat. I mean, and also even I just want to highlight from a local family-run surf shop perspective, bringing in something that's community-driven right before something like this happened was also really good because you know, obviously everybody's going to go out and buy the really cool brands and things like that, but this is supporting something local. Plus, you know, it's not just targeting tourism. You know, it's targeting everybody, but this is much more palatable, I think, for a lot of people. These stickers are popping up everywhere. They're on everywhere.
Every single car, right? You're like, hey, yeah. It's just like little reminders popping up everywhere, even when you're driving. But you're right, you know, something that we've been focused on for a while is trying to incorporate locally made products or products that were have roots here in Hawaii or Kauai in particular, because we know we can't just manufacture everything here, right? But anything with some sort of center here on the island, try to promote, give those products a space in our store and help to promote what what you know, really creative folks are doing, and just giving them a space to retail. You know, they don't have to just only rely on, say, craft fairs and, you know, give their weekends up because they're at some sort of event that they have to sell at, but their customers have a place where it's more, maybe a little more convenient for them, where they can pick it up. So you're right. We were really lucky to have a lot of Kauai-based products in our store, or Hawaii-based products in our store, because it's really accessible and has huge following in times like this when maybe we can't access products, or maybe folks can't get out to a craft fair because there isn't a craft fair to sell their products at.
Sure. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome. It's a whole nother thing because for me as an artist, I definitely years ago dabbled in all of the markets and things like this around here, and it's great to make that connection. For me as an artist, that's really important. I actually struggled with putting my art in galleries because there was no connection for me with the person that was buying stuff. But that's a totally different thing. It's a lot of work to show up at all of these things. So to have an incredible family-run business that's been in town for a long time now, supporting local products is really cool. That's really, really great that you guys are doing that.
Thank you. You know, we are just really lucky that people like Andy trust us with their product, because like you say, when you sell your product to your consumer, say like a art fair or craft fair, you get that connection, that time to connect with your customers. And so you really have to trust the retailer when you bring your product into their store and have them be the representatives of your business. So
Yeah.
we us with the CAN brand.
Awesome. Oh, how long has your family been running these shops?
Yeah, so the store is the company is 110 years old. This celebrate our 111th anniversary. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. We are so lucky because we're only here because the community supported us for this long.
Incredible. You guys, okay, so you founded, how was the business founded? You haven't been a surf shop for 100 years.
No. And so yeah, we've just had to like change, and my great grandfather, Mankichi Miura, came from Japan to Kauai to work on the sugar plantations, and he just kind of went back to what he knew best, and that was making Japanese confection, sweets and mochi, manju, and selling those door to door. And he opened a shop in a town, like really close to where the store is now. And that evolved from a general store to a family clothing store. And when my dad and his brother were getting a little older, they helped to transform it into what they loved, which was surfing. So surf shop. So my uncle would buy like silver and billabong out of like the back of some guy's van with this product that he got like straight from Australia, and it just kind of evolved. So we've gone through a lot of change, and I think that's one part to just being flexible. So from sweets and grocery, like store stuff, to clothing, and now surf and all sorts of stuff.
Incredible. I had no idea. Honestly, that's really amazing. I mean, you call it flexibility. You have a lineage of resilience built into this surf shop that everybody sees and goes into and buys their, their goods from now. Incredible. That's the things that your family's been through to be where they are today is such a testament to the CAN spirit.
Yeah, it's just being, like you said, being really flexible and just allowing the next generation to um, just try things out, and just trust them. And I'm really lucky because my dad and his brother and their sister allow my brother-in-law and I to get involved with the conversations, and we feel it's really important to include our coworkers in that. And so, like for example, in this newest collection, Andy actually met with our staff and went over records. So,
Carry on, please. Forgive me. You were just
did I lose you?
totally. I blanked out for about 10 seconds there. Forgive me.
It's a connection. Okay.
The connection is great. My mother was just calling, and I didn't have my
Oh,
phone on sleep. Oh,
do not disturb just for that
I
reason,
forgot.
just in
It's a
case.
good idea.
No, it's cool, but moms are important. I had to let her know, like, hey, by the way, and she's like, I know you got that conversation. So, truly family
So,
business.
I mean, this is real life. This is happening. um, I really wanted to finish up what you were saying, and I got completely distracted now. So, do you remember where we were?
Yeah, well, we were just talking about like just not being flexible and different generations trusting the next generation, giving them some opportunity to, you know, try some things out. And so I don't know if everyone caught it because the feed kind of ended a little bit, but this Monstera design was created with the help of our coworkers because we really
Nice.
think it's important for them to be involved in the conversation as well. I mean, most of them have been there way longer than I have been. So I always defer to them. And Andy met with them, and that's how we got some of these new designs.
I love
So
it. I saw the picture that you guys had up of the entire, it seemed like a whole family of people there. That was great.
was it 6 feet apart? Was
Well,
everyone 6 feet?
it might not have been a recent photo, but
Oh,
that's just amazing because, I mean, you guys bring in a lot of really young crew, and it seems like you keep them around a while. You teach them really great aspects of not just retail, but how to be a person in sales, essentially, which is about creating a relationship and finding a way to help that person that comes into your shop. And what a great spot to land if you're coming out of high school or something like that.
yeah, so we've been really lucky to have a nice group of high school students, and when they head off to college, when they return for say like break, they know they have their jobs waiting for them, so they don't have to hunt when they come back for the holidays. This year we actually had 4 graduates. 3 of them were high school seniors, and so we did a surprise graduation ceremony for them at the center at Kukui Grove Center a couple weekends ago. Um,
Awesome.
so that was really fun too, and my coworkers are amazing. They planned that, so we actually use you kind of to help us with our surprise, because what we told them was that we were going to have a staff meeting and take a photo of them in front of the 20 that you had painted at Kukui Grove. And because that article had just come out in the paper, you know, our secret was safe, right? Our plan was safe because they knew, like, okay, well, it makes sense because the sign had just been painted. And so we had them bring their caps and gowns and meet in the parking lot. And then when they walked, we took a few photos in the parking lot and we said, okay, well, now we're going to go leave it on because we're going to take photos near the 2020 sign. And then Pomp and Circumstance started, right? We had the graduation song and had them walk towards the store. Everyone spread out at a minimum of 6 feet and with their masks on. And yeah, it was cool. They were super surprised. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, God, I'm gonna actually start over. I'm gonna retire everything. I'm just gonna come and work with you guys. Incredible. That sounds so great. If you guys are just checking in now, this is Sara Miura, and she's been talking about her crew at Deja Vu Surf, and it's just like, it sounds like a wonderful family to me. And you guys looking out for each other and getting involved with CAN with some designs and stuff like that. You know, making it something that you guys can feel like that you belong to as well as contribute to. And looking out for each other with all the text messages and things like that. That's so great. So these are all adjustments and things that you've done over the last few months. So now things are slowly starting to open up and whatnot. What kind of changes are you looking at having to face right now? Because you are open. You guys can have shoppers, and you have been for a little while now.
Yeah, yeah. So when Governor Ige announced that retail stores would be allowed to reopen, that was, you know, in the afternoon of May 5th. And so we had waited for the emergency proclamation to come out, be published online, and that came out really late on the evening of the 5th. And but it was very clear, so it made have to do really easy because it's just right there for us. It's, you know, face coverings for coworkers and guests, minimum 6 feet distancing. Fitting rooms are closed across all retailers, and so because it provides this consistency between all retailers, it's very helpful because it's not like our stores policies are from another stores. And so so those things are very much different from before we had closed. But one thing that was new for us was we went to a cashless shopping experience. And so we accept credit cards and our Deja Vu Surf Hawaii gift cards. And that's just to minimize the, it's just to maintain that 6 foot distancing as much as possible and to minimize the contact, and also to reduce the transaction time. So that's why we went cashless. So.
Do you guys have an online presence as well? Do you sell things through a website?
Yeah, so that's a big project that we're working on. When we first launched a website, it was primarily for gift purchases. We've had a lot of requests from friends off island who wanted to purchase gift cards for, say, someone who still lives here and it may have a birthday and wanted to treat them to that. So that launched our online store a couple years ago with that feature, but have slowly added a few products to it. But given the nature of retail currently, we are slowly adding more products on there to make it a little more convenient for folks who may not be able to visit the islands yet and want to, you know, purchase something from us, or maybe someone who can't drive into town and wants to have it mailed to their home instead. And so in some of this conversation, we launched a couple of our new CAN items as well. So stay tuned for more coming to that online store.
Awesome. This is all new for a lot of us. Even just doing this live stuff is a little tricky for me sometimes. So amazing. Those adjustments, they're kind of forced right now, but it sounds like you guys are doing a pretty good job with it.
You know, we're trying, and that's the thing, is you just got to give it a try and keep moving forward. You know, when I was growing up, I remember going to the shop and had carbon copy receipts. So I don't know, maybe if any of you out there remember that. It was like these handwritten receipts where you had to say like one Billabong t-shirt or one, you know, one board shirt.
I know of
Yep.
one particular music store that's still doing that here on island. I won't say anything other than that, but they might be making some adjustments here too. Either that or they're still just doing everything just fine because that's, I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know.
no, no is right. So you know that works too. You don't need you to write that receipt out. So if it's working, stick with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And sometimes things are tricky, but that's where growth happens. And but if you do find something that's working for you, that's worth looking into and maybe trying to get better at it. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, so now what kind of goals do you have? You mentioned the website and stuff, but I mean, your family has gone through generations and big adjustments from changing businesses completely. Are there any kind of really big goals out in the future for you guys?
Um, you know, I think the online store is a pretty big one for us at this point. So trying to just create a little more convenience and how they're fulfilled that way. Really great. Um,
There's
yeah, that's a
intelligence and simplicity.
any tips out there. You can leave it in the comments below. I see a few comments there, and it's pretty funny. So hi to all the people who are writing in.
We definitely would like to give anybody that's out there an opportunity to ask questions. There's a little question box there that you can click on and send your question in, and we can ask Sarah here your question if you'd like. We'll still give it a little more time before we get to the giving away gear, but so I didn't mean to take away what I wanted to say to back up what you were saying there before about the website. That is a big goal. And I wasn't taken away from that by saying a big goal, but even with those simple tangible things, that's something you really got to take in little steps. So it's not for me, the thought of starting a new website or a new anything is always daunting. In fact, starting a new mural every time is daunting. So, it's always on a different surface, always a different size. There's always different factors to include. So the first thing I do is I just go make a mark anywhere on the wall. And then I got to go at least fix that, right?
I don't know what you do, but I see your art everywhere, you know, from Kapa'a Town at Liang's to Lihue and everywhere in between. And how special it was for you to, you know, create those 2020, that 2020 piece. That was really amazing.
Thanks. I was grateful for the opportunity that came in there from Kukui Grove. That was really nice of them to think of me. And Dennis Fujimoto actually was my reference point on that. I'd like to thank him as well. So that was great. I want to get more, my aim with all of that stuff is to get more students involved. So if there are kids out there actually right now that are listening, not knowing what's going to happen in the next year coming up, we're looking to start a mentorship program. I say I've got a couple of people helping me, and it's part of the Nirmana Festival. That's the mural thing that's going to be happening in the fall along the Rice Street area. But we're trying to start a mentorship program, which is why I created the mural festival. So I just wanted to throw this in there because I haven't been talking about it, and you've got so much connection to local families here with kids. And if anybody's interested in learning about mural painting or just public art, proposal writing, for anything, we're looking for you. And I don't know how to get connected right now because the schools are all closed, so I can't go do a presentation.
Right.
Any ideas, I'll take them.
Well, I know that the station is actually hosting a conference call tomorrow with Hawaii County Department of Parks and Recreation, and they're going to go over some resources over the summer. So I think, you know, as we move along here, the next few days and weeks, that I think it'll be perfect time for you happening, and you'll get a lot of interest because I think their parents and young people are waiting to hear what opportunities there will be for the summer in particular, and then obviously in the fall and as we go on to the rest of the year, but especially during summer because so many are back to work and
Yeah.
looking for a positive place for young people. Yeah.
Great. Well, we're putting the word out there. Thanks. I appreciate your help with that.
Sure. Yeah. Any opportunity for our young people to get creative is really needed on our island.
Cool. I was
I'm
just
just
looking in there. We did get one question.
yeah.
Shoot. I'm going to plug in my headphones. I think that's the problem. I got too much background scatter noise over here. Let's see if that helps.
And
All right.
this project. Do you see that? I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments because I got distracted. I didn't see all the comments. There, thank you to all the people who are saying stuff. So
It's
do you see
really,
that?
really, really wonderful.
It's hard not to get distracted by that.
Totally.
But lost. Oh, you know what? There's a question. Okay, I'm gonna go back up. Hey, Kairos. Okay, I see a question that says, "Have you folks ever sponsored a writer as a shop sponsor?" Okay, so the answer to that is that we sponsored the Hawaii Surfing Association here in Kauai, and that and I
Hang on a second, Sarah. The feed's jumpy and stopped up there for a second. Let's give it a second to catch up, maybe.
I'm here.
I
Who's
see you.
here?
Sorry, I think it just needed a second to catch up. It was lagging there pretty bad. I wanted to highlight
Okay.
what I caught and make sure that other people heard that was that the question was, do you guys sponsor individuals? And the quick answer was that you put money into an organization that supports lots of surfers or individuals that are into bodyboarding and surfing alike.
Yeah. So I think I can see. Oh, he said he didn't hear the answer. Did he? Do you hear it now?
You can help fill in where I left off just there.
Um, I think. I think. I mean, I think it's good, right?
I think so. So
This is
hot.
this is cool.
Pohaku, that's Pohaku, and the answer to that is just simply that at this point for them, they want to try to spread their sponsorship out, essentially their allocated funds for as many individuals as possible, and that's essentially it.
Yeah, but
Then there was another question too about something with the resiliency project.
Yeah, so the Quiet Resilience Project is part of Keiki to Career, and my father sits on that particular um, board. It's just a group of people who've come together to really tackle, try to create opportunities and resources for families to create more resilient children here on the island. Keiki to Career creates the Quiet Youth Report every so many years, and they gather data and then try to find resources and solutions to our island's needs. And so a big one is the Quiet Resilience Project, and um, in conjunction with that, Keiki to Career has a literacy project. So they've been focused out at Kikaha Elementary School and have provided reading resources, books, and community readers to go into the school on a monthly basis. They have this great Reading Buddies program, and try to improve literacy scores and the love for reading out at Kikaha Elementary School as well.
Awesome. That sounds really great. I've heard a lot about this Keiki to Career program through various meetings and avenues and stuff like that. And maybe that's where I've come across you or your
Yeah.
name or something like that. But man, amazing. That's really great stuff. And that's on top of all the other things that you're doing.
Well, it's not only me, it's a big team. So,
Sure.
it's from our coworkers on up. And, one thing I feel like I'm always talking about my coworkers, but it's just because they do so many things. So a couple of things that we were really bummed about when we had to close our stores and then events started getting canceled was that we had committed to volunteering out at 3 schools just before schools are, we so all these school events got canceled. So we were supposed, our Kapa'a store had organized heading out to Chief's Kamakahele Middle School because they were going to do this really fun color run. So where they use the
Oh,
color.
yeah.
It was a fundraiser for their Special Olympics team, and so that was canceled when school closed, and then we were supposed to go out to Wilcox Elementary School for their STEM night, and that was not, school was closed, so they weren't going to have that. And then also at King Kamoli'i Elementary School, they're going to have a STEM night too. So I think one thing we're really looking forward to is just having all of these um, cool programs come back for our young people and get involved with that. Yeah.
Had a really interesting conversation along these lines about education and the adjustments that are being made there and the different considerations that are having to be made for how to continue to keep kids involved in things and stuff like that. And it might not be what I think he was calling it, a pipeline education system. We were talking to Matt yesterday, Matt Shackley, and he's studying the brain and cognitive theories, and they're looking at trying to find ways to teach in different ways. And I don't think it has to be in a box classroom is essentially the gist of it. So it'll be fantastic to see what comes out of this time with stuff like that. So you guys that are young or graduating right now or whatever, don't worry. Don't feel like there's, what are you supposed to look forward to? That's kind of actually, there's freedom in that. It might feel daunting, kind of like going into this whole COVID thing in general. Nobody knew what was going to happen, and we still don't. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because we're not promised that. We could be taken out by the sun. Who knows? So the point is, don't worry about that. There's freedom in wondering what tomorrow can hold, and things can just change like that.
Yeah, but what a wild time. Sometimes it can be an exciting time to be alive, and or most of the time, it's just lots of changes, and the way we're delivering education is just one part of this whole crazy puzzle. But it's there's moments of light and joy at the same time. So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see how they deliver education come summer and fall as well.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. I agree.
Shout out to all of our teachers and all of the parents who have really stepped up for their
Yeah.
children.
You know, all the parents are realizing that that's quite a big job. Being a parent's already a huge job. Being a teacher is a different type of that. Totally. Thank you all for being those stewards of education and just representing good, authentic adults. Because one thing we got to do is it doesn't. We don't have to have all the answers, but you know, don't. What am I trying to say? Can't show a whole lot of fear there. We got to focus on the things that we can do.
Right.
Kids pick up on that stuff.
And how cool is it? Like I see so many neat like projects that parents are getting so creative and sharing online. I mean, how many people out there have been, making their own gardens and baking their own bread and doing all these fun science experiments. So, I mean, that really inspires me. I learned how to do a lot of things staying home and watching all these how-to videos.
Yeah, no kidding. I've learned a lot over these last few weeks, to say the least. I'm
Have you
curious. Go ahead.
done anything like really wacky or something that you learned by staying at home?
That's a good question. You know, I wasn't ready for that. I'm sure there's something. I mean, all of this is totally new. That's an easy answer, actually. All of this, I would have never done this. In fact, it wasn't that long ago, I couldn't even hum a tune and play a song at the same time. And then I started hosting open mic nights, and then it all turned into this somehow. So I don't know. I still get nervous every time I do something like this, and I'm not even sitting in front of a real crowd. You guys are all out there, and I can feel it. And I don't know. It's fun. I'm going to go with it. Who knows? Maybe I'll slide into doing a little bit more of this and directing some more mural projects. I really want to get our Kauai community more involved in the public art that's starting to pop up around here. So
Yeah.
I want to pass that to you guys. So if there's people out there that want to get into mural painting and stuff like that, I'm your guy. Let's do this. I'm going to start a mural army around here or something.
It's so cool to see all that you've done around the island. I mean, for everyone out there who hasn't, just like go by Evo and Gojo's and see that amazing everywhere else.
And get some Rainbow Joes too, because they're good. They're good. It's not the product, it's the people. Just like you guys. I mean, I'm so glad we got a chance to share the story of your family's run shop. Is your grandfather still around?
He is, yes. But he's not, he doesn't, he let go of the reins many years ago.
Sure.
Children, and actually it was my grandmother. So even though this came through the Miura, like my Miura grandfather, it was actually his wife who had been running the shop. Then she let her children, help out and then eventually take over. So
It's a random thought. I'd almost want to see like the timeline of when the changes happened for your family as far as the store shifting, and if it happened to align with anything that was really challenging going on in the community or in the world or whatever. I bet you.
That's kind of cool. We'll have you do the timeline for us.
Okay. No, it's amazing because I have heard some stories like that. I have a particular, I guess she was my grandfather's sister, so she just turned 100 right as all of this stuff set in, and we had a big online party for her. Obviously, we were going to have a really big party for her, but she got to share stories, and it was just before she was born, in 1916-17, when they had the Spanish flu, as it was called, and everybody in the nation was told to get out of town, go to the country, escape the cities, whatever, protect your family, and that's what my grandfather and his family all did, and that ended up they stayed in these mountains for a few months, and when everything passed over, they came back down, and then there was another wave of it. But that place became their family spot for generations after that.
Oh, wow.
So I had no idea. I always went to this place when I was a kid, and it was amazing. It had this incredible feel to it. But that's another example of how you have no idea what will come out of this. All the people that are spending more time with their family, getting to know their truer, deeper values. There's really good stuff that can come out of that. So your family is an incredible example of that.
Oh, Thank you. I think it'd be kind of cool to like document everything, and what a crazy time for, so just like you, that you have that story. I wish we had more stories from our family. We just have to do more recording of storytelling from my grandfather and his siblings. And it'd be kind of cool, like if anybody out there has a story that they want to share with us, definitely share it with us because we'd love to hear, your deja vu story. Yeah.
You guys are incredible. Well, I want to go ahead and send out a question there so that we can give away some things.
Oh,
Their feed's going to cut off in about 14 minutes.
okay.
So, what was, you had one, you started one right at the beginning of the feed. Do you want to ask that one again?
What was it?
I was hoping you would remember. I didn't write it down.
Oh my gosh, what was the question? Heck, you know what the question was? Say the question and
Hey,
we
there's a good question.
get up.
We want to give away some can apparel, so we have a few things, and then as well, Sarah has some Deja Vu things that she'd like to give away. So we can ask a couple quick questions here, really. How many years has Sarah's family been in business on Kauai? That's a pretty tough one. We'll just let that one roll for a little bit. And then you got to remember that one from earlier.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Oh yay, Ethan McConnell.
We got one. All right, Ethan, we got some can gear for you.
So how do they get that from us?
We're going to message them. Andy
Oh,
from Spirit of Can will get in touch. I'm going to send
okay.
him the guy's name, and we'll send him something that way.
Oh look, hey, I have a question, a quiz question from Ann Yama. So Ann's my aunt, and she is one of our owners. So my dad and her brother own and operate the shops. So I love how she's tuning in, and she has a question for the quiz. Okay, do you see that, Seth?
I do. Did you say that name?
I think I did.
Okay, we're going to say it. What is Sara Miura's great-grandfather's name? If there's anybody out there, I think she's probably trying to get somebody on the inside to get a prize here. I'm so glad that she's joining us. That really means a lot. Thank you for being around with us.
Oh, I did. See, Seth?
Okay. Man, I got to pay attention better.
I love watching this. Come on, just me 4433, just join. And I know you might know this answer. Yay! 888.
Wow, amazing.
It's so cool to see everybody on here. Thank you for watching.
88
Yay!
LRC has been joining us for a lot of these feeds, and thank you so much for being involved here. We got a wonderful message from this person when we first started these, so we're going to definitely get you some more can gear. If you're getting too much can gear, feel free to spread the love. I started this whole relationship with Can by buying one hat, and I kept having to give them away, and it was not sustainable for me to keep buying them one at a time. So then I just started buying them for people.
So cool.
Okay, we need to ask some questions for you to give away
Oh,
your Deja Vu stuff.
okay. Can I ask a question that may not have been on oh, thank you, Ethan. Um, on this conversation. Okay, I have a question that wasn't on this conversation, but if you follow our social media, we didn't post a lot when we were closed just because it wasn't, we just wanted to keep supporting whatever like information and resources were out there. But one thing we did post was a little stay-at-home project for our Kiki. And so if you remember what that project was, write it in the comments below.
That's a great one.
So we did a little stay-at-home download that you could either print off of our social media or our website. And we did that during the stay at home. So if anybody remembers what that little stay at home project for our keiki was, type that in the comments below, and you'll get a Deja Vu clutch.
Cool. Ooh, that's nice. Nice print. Nice colors.
And if not, then that's okay, and we'll just give it away to Seth.
There it is.
Darcy, you're so
Perfect. Thank you. You just saved us on shipping. No, that's beautiful. We'll get that back from Sarah, and we'll send it with the CAN stuff. No problem.
888 LRC. We have one printed time capsule left. So if you need one, let us know, and we'll put it in your shipment. So for those of you out there who did not see it, we created this little
so cool
capsule, and for our kids, and I don't know if it's backwards, but basically there are all these little worksheets, and just so that they can just kind of go through things and you know, do something fun, but also, you know, keep up with their studies. And so I made it, and then we have it up for download. So
cool.
LRC, if you need one, or if anybody needs one, we have one left, and we actually printed this one out so we can ship it to you if you want. Otherwise, you can just print it off yourself. So yeah, you can 888 LRC. You can got all the info. You can download it from our website. So yay!
Awesome.
I got two more things if you wanted to. We want to give away. We got probably a couple more minutes left.
Up to you. So, yeah, we got 8 minutes, and they're gonna just shut it down. Ooh.
This was made from a image that we had hung in our store, and we made it in like someone here from Kapaa helped us to sew this, and so it's a one of a kind, and we got two.
Cool. So you recycled your vinyl posters, because those things just end up going in the garbage after a while. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So one of a kind we can give away to whoever.
Okay, here's a question. Name what one of the businesses that Deja Vu was before it turned into a surf shop? And then go ahead and see if you got another one. Go ahead and throw two of them out there so we don't run out of time.
Okay. Comment with what your favorite piece of apparel or anything CAN that you own is. Comment below.
There we go. All right, so we got two questions on the line for some more free gear coming from Deja Vu. We're interested in, if anybody was listening, what was one of the businesses that Deja Vu was before it became a surf shop? This was quite a while ago now. Leggings. They might have had leggings.
No,
oh, no, that's for the CAN question.
Okay. Pete Cal Martinez. Oh, okay. So Pete, you get first choice. You want this one or this one? We'll call this one A and this one B. So which one do you want? A or B? Pete Cal Martinez.
I'm just writing it down here. And Yuri, she got the second or the first question.
Yep. Yuri made A. Okay, so Pete, you get Pete Cal. Sorry, I just keep saying Pete, but it's Pete Cal Martinez or Martinez. I got that right. Okay, so this one's Pete. And then Yuri, this one's yours, Yuri.
Yay. Amazing.
Yuri works for Hawaii Community Foundation, and they
wonderful lady.
our Deja Vu Surf Hawaii Scholarship Fund for college students. So shout out to Yuri.
Keep up the good work. Sara Miura, this has been an incredible honor to have your time for an entire hour. It goes really quick, huh?
Yes. Thank you for being so kind.
I cannot wait to come and spend my money at your shop.
I cannot wait to paint with you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm down to learn.
Yay. Okay, well, we'll definitely keep in touch. And I really look forward to getting to know you and your family and the Deja Vu family better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Just stay strong, stay healthy, stay kind, and thank you, everybody, for just, it's because of you that we can remain open and stay open. Everyone stayed home so that we can now go out again. And so thank you, everybody, for everything.
There's too many nice messages coming in. We're going to have to sign off before I get something in my eye again.
Thank you, everybody. I see so many people. Chris and Hope and Yuri and Ethan. I had Joni. Thank you, everybody.
Love you guys. Kauai, you're amazing. The rest of the world, if you're out there checking in, do your best. Be kind to each other. Smile. You don't have to be happy all the time. You can reach out and help others that are having a hard time, or you can ask for help. We're there for you.
Kauai Can.
Thank you, Sara. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Aloha.